So, Sam, I'm very excited about this week's Sam Coulda Been Somebody.
Yes. Now, this is actually...
Because, this is also a big infomercial for you as well.
It's also a big infomercial, yeah, of course. I mean, I think everybody, though, who watches the show has already bought their copy of Bad Situationist. But be that as it may, one might wonder, now this is something that I actually I feel good about, although, well, I don't even know how to go in this, but back in 2001,
when Sam was a filmmaker.
Back when I was a filmmaker, and I was still very upset about the election, I wrote a film that we shot in the summer of 2001, in May of 2001, and it starred Marc Maron and Janine Garofalo and David Cross and John Benjamin and Ross Broccoli, and Craig Bierko makes an appearance, and Stephen Colbert's in the extras involved in the 2 DVDs.
And good call on putting him in the extras. And not
well, there's a lot of interesting reasons as to why this film sort of hit a brick wall. And as we show it to you, we'll explain. But the story is of Joe Lieberman's wayward son, who is pissed about the loss of the election, basically because he thought he was going to be the head tennis pro at the White House, and he wanted to live in that type of luxury. And he's an embarrassment to his father, and so he's installed in a co-op building, and he is obsessed with impressing both an architect, a French architect that lives in the building, and her anger towards a building that has been built in the neighborhood, and also Charlie Rose. This first clip is...
Well, you know what's interesting about this movie? When you cast me in it, and not unlike the other film, I had no idea what the movies were about, either of them. All you said...
That's the way I do it, yeah.
Yeah, you called me up and said, you're an orthodox and...
Well, wait, because we're going to show.
Okay, I'll tell the story. All right.
So this first clip is a clip of Arthur Lieberman creating a demo tape for Charlie Rose after he lost his co-op election and has decided to become more intellectually inclined to impress this French professor. And it features not only myself, but Matthew, who people
Weiss
may know from the Childless Men series. Okay, here we go.
Basically, Charlie, politics are for fools. And that's why I've decided to become an intellectual. Because, intellectuals are better. Especially the Situationist International. They're the best intellectual salon. Because they're French. And, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm nodding. Show I'm listening to you.
Stop nodding like that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't nod like that. That's Charlie Rose does not nod in the middle of a conversation.
Okay.
All right, I'm trying to practice, and you're distracting me, all right?
Well, it's complicated.
Yeah, I know it's not complicated.
All right.
All right, just do it right. Jeez.
So I had actually built that...
the Charlie Rose mask?
The Charlie Rose set in my apartment at the time. We shot the whole thing.
Wait, you put a... What'd you do? How long did that take to put a black...
Well, the table.
Oh.
I built the table.
Oh, okay. Which was necessary in order to capture it just perfectly.
Yes, and that table actually folded out, and we'll see that table in the next scene, and it acted as the big round table of the intellectual salon in which John Benjamin and David Cross and Janine Garofalo's characters assembled. And at this point in the movie, Arthur is trying to build to become president of the intellectual salon.
Right.
And he's expecting Isaiah, John Benjamin's character, a Orthodox Jewish postal worker, to show up. But instead, Isaiah boycotts the election and sends somebody else to see if... Wait a second. Oh, that's not it. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. It's a different clip. So this is at the end where Arthur's character has now decided that he is going to do something violent, as suggested by you and John Benjamin, who are playing...
And we are part of an Orthodox Jewish resistance.
Yes, some type of radical, the Swords of Bar Kokhba,
yeah.
Who want Arthur Lieberman to take some type of violent action. And here is that now.
Just want to say that I know now, even though I got some of your support, probably didn't deserve to be the president. One thing I realize now is that intellectuals can't sit around all day just thinking. You have to do things. Society is making an alien out of men, through the architecture. Particularly like the big red ugly building that I know I've mentioned to some of you. So, New York society needs to be liberated. So I would like to tender a motion that we take a name, the New York Liberation Freedom Front, and we do something, and that something should be violent.
That's very good. Arthur, this is good.
Matthews might be a good time to bring out the cake.
Wow.
You see what it is? I say, you see
I
what
can hear you guys.
Red hot.
Can anybody hear
There's a
me?
motion on the floor to be discussed. So now I would like to open up the floor to debate on that motion.
Arthur, we have a plan. Michael, please.
Yes, we have a plan. We have the plan. Okay. Arthur, what I have here are the floor plans for the Central Post Office in Washington, D.C.
And this is the formula to build a hydrogen bomb at home. We got it off the internet. Michael has the internet. And it's surprisingly easy to make.
Very easy.
Within 4 days, we can go to Washington, D.C. and blow up the Central Post Office.
I don't understand. I don't understand what the point of blowing up the post office is. Makes no sense.
Michael and I feel very strongly about blowing up the post office.
And there it is. You got pay us on at that point. Now,
Yeah, it was good. It was very exciting to be involved in the ensemble.
yes.
And I wish we could show the other section with me in it.
Well, yeah, it was just too long.
Well, you can get it.
Well, wait, but now we got to explain why did this movie was it such a massive?
This is
fail?
very disappointing because it was really out of your hands. This one.
Well, there's a little bit of a hint of it there, but let me show you now. Remember, this movie was shot in the summer of 2001, and in New York City. Let's show you how the movie opens up. So there you have it.
And didn't you cut out, like, there was a scene where I'm trying to inspire you to do a massive terrorist action.
Right. That's
and
the great. It's some people say it's the best scene of the film, actually, where you're.
We did the slideshow. I do a slideshow.
Yes.
Trying to sell you on the idea of it. And in that slideshow, you actually, in thinking that you might be able to release it, even though 9/11 happened, where you removed cockpit pictures of flying.
Oh yes, it was very violent pictures of like sort of a parallax view type of indoctrination, and so we were 8 weeks into editing when 9/11 happened, and the people who were giving me the finishing funds basically said I sort of tricked them into giving me like a small portion of it so they could see a trailer because they had never even seen the script because I told them, you know, it's a very small.
There's no
amount of
script.
money.
Scripts are for pussies.
And well, no, I wouldn't show it to them because you know it wasn't necessarily something that I thought that they would want to see, or I didn't want them to see. And they basically said, you can keep the money we've given you if you take our name off that film, and it sort of languished for 6, 7, 8 years.
And now it's available to you.
Yes, at abadsituationist.com. But there it is, folks. Had that film been a massive success, I could have been somebody.